Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to this next episode on the black Mark II 16 valve Golf. As you can see, somebody's determined to be on camera as well. She wouldn't stay in the boot. So I got here a bit early, so I just thought I'd do an intro for this video and enjoy a bit of sun while I wait for Kev to come in. So yeah, things are going well. I was in over the bank holiday weekend, apart from the Sunday, which I pretty much slept all of. It's yeah, it can be a bit tiring doing all the sanding and stuff like that, and I'm also doing a 3-hour round trip every day to get here because where I'm staying just now is yeah, a bit of a distance away from where I'm working just now. So but I'm glad to have somewhere good to work and good to have some company as well, not working on my own, so it's good. So yeah, lots done, making good progress. Should hopefully be on to priming and painting pretty quickly, so that's good. So I'll let you see what I've been up to, and I hope you all had a good break. And if you're probably all back at work now, so I hope it's not too tough. Yeah, I hope for those of you who had to work through it that you'll get a break soon as well. I'm definitely looking forward to going abroad and hopefully not coming back. So I'll show you what I was doing in the time lapse there. I forgot to say that I was going to put some rust treatment on as well, just for the surface corrosion on the arches. And I've just kind of flattened down some filler on the bonnet as well. So you can maybe hear somebody squeaking in the background. She was in the car outside and squeaking, so I thought I'd put her in this car, but she's still squeaking. Aren't you? You'd rather be glued to Dad all the time, wouldn't you? Yes. So I just sanded down these bits that Kev filled the other day. So I think what I'm going to do now is just put the kind of lightest finishing filler over them, and then I guess it'll need to be sanded with a lighter grit as well, because that was 240 that I used there. So we definitely want to get rid of those scratches, and then we'll see how the weekend goes. Shout out to everyone else who's working on the Easter weekend. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but maybe I'll go over the car with Scotch-Brite as well. So yeah, I just put the rust treatment on. Had to go out and get some. That was the smallest brush they had, but never mind, does the job. So yeah, there's a couple of little bits that I'll use the thicker filler on, and then there's just going to be, I was asking Kev and he said just use the finest filler on these bits, so that's great. We'll get cracked on with that. So that's me finished for today. I'll let you have a look at what I've been doing. So I finished rubbing these bits down, then I've just put the very lightest filler on it, the kind of really fine stuff. So they seemed pretty nice and flat. So hopefully that should mean that they're all good. Good thing, or one of the good things about working here is that Kev can check my work. And filled in those bits as well. And I put a little bit of the kind of deeper filler down there just because I had some left, so I'll wait till tomorrow to sand that. And I put a bit of the deeper filler on that side as well, just because it was not as even, you know, less even than further up. So so that's that bit there. And same, just the kind of finest stuff there. It's just really to level out the paint, because obviously I've sanded away to take the kind of fine sort of surface rust away, and then treated it, and then just put that on just to even it out again. I've sanded off this bit down here as well, and I've not put any of the lighter stuff on that yet, because I will need to put some up here as well, but I don't want to sand that yet because this isn't hard. So tomorrow what I'll do is sand this bit, then put the lighter kind of filler in there, and then sand that away. So, and I sanded this bit down as well, so that's nice and smooth, which is great. So but I'll still put the lightest filler on it as well. I think that's where I've been going wrong, basically giving myself a lot more work by trying to get a really good finish with filler that's not supposed to give you a good finish. So there you go. It's really good to have some advice. Hi everyone, so it's the next day, Saturday. Wasn't meant to be sunny today, so I'm slightly regretting coming in because it is. Might be a nice time to take the Blue Mark II out for a drive, but never mind. I'm here, so I'm going to do some work. So just what I was talking about yesterday, going to do some sanding and probably a little bit more filling, and yeah, let's have a look. Oh, before I forget to say, I need a offside front wheel arch trim, GTI wheel arch trim. So if anyone has one, hit me up, or if you see any for sale, hit me up, because I'm missing one of them. I'm also missing one of the sill covers because it fell off. I was supposed to try fitting up. I didn't do a very good job of sticking that on, but I can get new ones of them, but I can't get wheel arch trim, unfortunately. So it would be really good to have one of them just to stick it all on at the same time. So if you have one sitting about that you don't need, or you see one for sale, let me know. So that's all nice and dried in now. Shouldn't take much sanding because it's the lightest filler, and we'll need to put some of that lighter filler on there maybe, and we can sand off these bits here and see how they've come out. And then let's see, a little bit of the lighter filler on there, sanding this bit here, and then putting and obviously this, but then putting some of the lighter filler, the lightest filler over here as well, and see if that shape looks okay. I brought down my sanding sponges. I'm sure if you've watched the blue one you'll have seen these before, but I really like these, just for likes of this kind of area here, because obviously a lot of the sanding tools you get are flat, which it's kind of hard to sand that with something that's really flat, because obviously you want to kind of follow the lines, and you know, if you're like, it's like rigid and it's like that, it's going to kind of cut into it, sort of thing. So so yeah, I find them anyway quite easy to use for something like this especially. So hopefully after saying that it'll come out okay. So I'm going to get cracked on with this, and then we can see how it's looking. So here's a quick look at what I was doing in the time lapse. So just the very fine finishing filler on those bits. You can maybe hear Nala squeaking in the background. That's been sanded down to 240. So I think that's okay. Feels nice and smooth and flat. I put a wee bit there as some rusty chips. I put rust treatment on there, and then just a bit of the really smooth filler. There's a wee bit of bubbling on the edge of the sunroof, so that's been rust treated and again filled in with the really fine filler, and the really fine filler here, and around the other side as well. So we'd done that yesterday, so it was just the bit at the bottom, if you remember, and there was a wee bit there that needed a bit more, so hopefully that should be okay. Hi everyone, it's Monday. Took yesterday off, which was a good idea because I spent the day in bed and most of it sleeping, so obviously needed a rest. So back to it today. I'll have a look and see where we're starting off. So the filler that we did on Saturday is nice and dry, so I'm gonna sand that off and see how it's looking. There will be a little bit more to go on. I realised that I forgot to do a little bit at the bottom of the sill, that bit there, so need to redo that or do that, but the rest of it seems to be okay. It seems nice and smooth, so it'll be interesting to see what Kev makes of it. And as I mentioned, I'll sand all this down to 500, and then possibly I'm going to go around it all with Scotch-Brite, so we'll see how we got on. All seems to be going well. I've just 500 grit, as you probably saw in the time lapse, the bonnet with the DA, just to try and get rid of the 240 grit scratches from sanding back the filler. And I think what I'm going to do now is Scotch-Brite all the bits that I can do just now. I put a little bit more filler on the kind of finishing filler on a couple of bits, so I'll let you have a look. And then, yeah, I'm gonna Scotch-Brite what I can, which is most of the car, while those bits of filler dry off. And hopefully tomorrow we should be ready to get these bits primed up. So yeah, this bit's all good. That feels totally smooth to me, and the line seems good, so as long as Kev's happy with it, then that's all good. And this here's all good as well. Just put a little bit of filler. There's a couple of kind of dimples along here, so I've just put some more filler along the top and the bottom just to finish in filler. Maybe a wee bit there that needed filled in. So it's always tempting to just try and sand them away, but then you can end up with bits that are kind of concave, so not really what you want. And yeah, I said I'd forgotten to do that little bit underneath, so I did that, and I also just put a little bit more along there and along there, just to make sure when I come to sand it, the line's still okay. Still need to sand this bit here, but I'll probably wait and do that as a winner. Yeah, I think probably I've put a bit too much filler on there. Maybe I've not kind of like applied it hard enough to smooth it out, which is not a problem. It just means that I'm giving myself extra work. So never mind. And the sunroof bit as well, you probably saw in the time lapse that I've flattened that down, and that seems nice and smooth as well, and the shape seems pretty much there, so that's good. So I'll let Kev have a look at all these bits before we think about priming. These are nice and smooth. You really can't feel any bumps or anything like that, so fingers crossed those bits are good. So yeah, I'll go and grab some Scotch-Brite, and I'll probably give the car another quick panel wipe. You want to make sure that you're kind of putting the scratches that you mean to in it, and not you know, kind of scratching it with debris that might be on the car. So give it another quick panel wipe, and then we'll get Scotch-Brite in. So that's me finished doing the Scotch-Brite, so that's good. And I think that the little bits that I was waiting for drying are probably dry now, so I'll let you have a look, and then I can stick it back on time lapse and hopefully sand these bits for the last time. So that's it, been Scotch-Brited. So as you can see, it just kind of smooths it out even more. Obviously it'll need to be degreased again, wiped down, but it does make quite a difference. So that's all done, and I'm just starting off here. I did stick the heat lamp on it for a minute or a few minutes just to try and make sure it was hard enough. So I'm gonna have a crack at sanding this back, and if that seems okay, I can run over the area with the DA just gently on 500, and then just Scotch-Brite up that bit as well. So we're very nearly there, I think.